Oh man. Okay, I don't know who's gonna listen to this. I have no idea. But 160 characters. I think that's how much is on Twitter. 160? I don't know. 160 characters is not enough. It's not enough to get out. It's not enough to get out the frustration. The frustration of being a General Hospital fan. It's just not. It's not. It's not. So, I'm just gonna quickly, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm dyeing my hair, so I'm not making a video. But I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna try and get into it because it's so irritating. Why is everybody miserable? Why is everybody miserable? Why? Why? Everybody is miserable. Everybody's miserable. I don't understand. I don't understand. Everybody, if you hear like crinkling in the background or noises, like I said, I'm doing my hair, so sorry about that. But like, why is everybody miserable? Why? Why is everybody miserable? And like, it's not, oh, most people are miserable or some of the faves are miserable. Literally, every character is miserable. Let's go through them. Let's go through them. Let's start with the Corinthoses. They're my favorite. So if you follow me, you already know that. Let's go through Carly, miserable. She's miserable. She is miserable. She's running the Port Charles mob. She doesn't want to be. Everybody is on her. Like, can I get some, like, half of this little thing about Carly, just me getting justice for my girl, but you all are allowed to feel how you feel. Like, I'm not, you know me, I'm not trying to make anybody love Carly, but, like, she's miserable. She's doing what she needs to do. Jason's shot. He's somewhere. Michael's useless. Dante's useless. Christina's useless. Like, she's the only one. And, like, oh, just let it die. There is no letting it die because Cyrus is out here running drugs. Okay, so there's no letting it die. Like, this idea, just let it die. No. Just let the cops do it. Let the ineffectual PCPD do it. No. 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 Sorry. But she's miserable. Okay, she's not happy doing it. She's not like, yay, I'm doing it. She's miserable. Let's move on. Dante Falconeri. Dante, you have never been in the circle of trust. You've never been in the circle of trust. I don't know why you're running around talking to people like, oh, what's going on? Talk to me about Jason. No, absolutely not. We will not be talking to you about Jason. No, thank you. Go away. Like, goodbye, Dante. What are you talking about? And then he's miserable. He's brainwashed. His love is in a coma. He's got Sam, like, just around him for reasons we don't understand. Like, he's miserable. Christina, she's not even on the show. And when she is on the show, when are we going to reconcile with the fact that Christina's a bum? When are we going to talk about that? Huh? When are we going to talk about that? She's a bum. She has no future. She has no dreams. She has no plans. She just exists. She exists. She exists. What is she doing? Nothing. And when Alexis went to, like, give her house, she's like, oh, I don't want that house. Girl, where are you living? You don't have a job. You don't have a future. You are in no position to be turning down free houses. Like, what do you... Girl, miserable, okay? Then Jocelyn Jax, the daughter of Jasper Jax, miserable. She got into several great colleges, great fake colleges, and she's mad that she didn't get into the one college she wanted to get into. And so she's miserable. And she's like compounding this with like Jason and Cam. Girl, that's not even your business. Like, that is not even your business. Like, we all know that Jason didn't do it, but like, you could have just been there for your friend. Why does Cam need to know that Jason didn't do it? His mom, and let them feel how they feel. Girl, let them feel how they feel. Too much. Miserable. Let's go to the babies. Because we can't even, it's not even, oh, the babies are out living their life. No. Donna and Avery's dad is dead. They're dead. He's dead. As far as they're concerned, he's dead. We know he's in Nixon Falls being a bartender or whatever. But as far as they're concerned, he's dead. So, Avery's been taken from the only home she's ever known. And I'm not saying like, oh, you know, Avery's her mother, right? But she's the castle. I think she gets taken away to a castle. Now she lives in some castle on an island. It's too miserable. So Quartermains. Let's do the Quartermains. Miserable. There's nothing but misery in that house. Ned and Olivia are just, oh, you cheated on me with Alexis. I'm so upset. Ned's like got a guitar all the time. Like, miserable. And then you have Brooklyn, who is just, Sis is setting herself up for disaster. She's just setting herself up for disaster, honey. Like, what? There are two people on this show setting themselves up for disaster. And Brooklyn Freaking Quartermain is one of them. Why are you faking a pregnancy? To get a company back no one wants. Why? Why? Valentine's gonna be furious. The Quartermains are gonna be furious. Everyone's gonna be furious. No one is gonna be like, girl, I'm really glad you did that. Maxie will get away with it because everyone's gonna be like, girl, you did what you had to do. Blah, blah, blah. They're not gonna be happy, but they'll understand. But girl, you are setting yourself up for disaster. It's miserable. Michael and Willow. Oh my God. Michael and Willow. What are they doing? What are they doing? After months of self-righteous Chase and Sasha, what they didn't even sleep together. They didn't sleep together. It's about the lie. It's just the lie. The lie. It's about the lie. The lie. You are the son of Carly Corinthos, and you're worried about lies? Really, Michael? Really? Really, Michael? Lies? That's it? You are the son of Carly Corinthos, but lies. That's where you draw the line. Lies. Ugh, it's ridiculous. And now they can't be together because Chase is dying or something, or not dying. We don't know. He's in the hospital, and they can't just be adults. They can't be adults and be like, look, you guys lied and we got married and like caught feelings. Our bad. Like, we're gonna be together now. Sorry about that. Like, he's just gonna code. Like, he's just gonna code if he finds out that Michael and Will. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's unnecessary. That's just called unnecessary drama. Unnecessary. Then, who else lives in that house? Monica. We don't even see Monica, but like, she's just been in constant misery since at least 2012. Like, at least 2012. Like, she's just miserable all the time. All of the time. She's probably been miserable longer than that. I'm just being generous. Emily, Alan, all of them. Like, misery in the Quartermain mansion. Misery. Anna. My girl Anna. Queen Anna. Queen Anna. What are we doing? What are we doing with Anna? Why is she so miserable? Why is she miserable? What has she done? Like, what has she done? Don't get me wrong. I was championing. I was on Twitter all the time. People, my Anna stans were super mad because I was like, Anna, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you cannot see how evil he is. Like, I don't understand. But, you know, she thought it was her son. You know, like, we've seen people on this soap do worse to protect their son. Like, or their daughter, or their child, you know. We've seen it. Like, we've seen it. So it wasn't, like, out of pocket. But, like, Finn's reaction, that was unnecessary. That was, seriously, Finn, he told Valentine. Like, Valentine literally was there when she found out. And then, like, she decided not to tell people. And to be honest, you're, like, champion of truth all the time. Like, I think, like, and then you started talking about Chase being your son and, like, how that shit was important. Like, of course, Anna's like, yeah, we can't have Finn in the circle of trust. Like, I'm sorry. And then you turned around and proved why you're not loyal. Like, you know, by popping off. Oh, it's the worst thing ever. Meeting you is the worst thing that ever happened to me. Shut up. Okay, shut up. That's the best thing that ever happened. Who were you with before Anna Duvain? Who were you with before Anna Duvain? Hayden? Like, Hayden, honey? No, please. But got my girl super upset over Hamilton Finn. Okay. Him and his lizard. Ugh, the audacity of that man to talk to the Anna Duvain this way. Atrocious. Moving on, Finn. Finn's just miserable. He's miserable all the time. He had a little bit of happiness with Anna and his daughter, and he ruined it. He ruined it. I've never seen a character just tank their own happiness. Just tank that shit. Just like, I don't care. I like being miserable. It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't even feel bad for him. I do not feel bad for Hamilton Finn. Like, no. And then, like, why are you talking to the woman you had an affair with on your freaking dad's wedding day out in the hallway? Like, hey, remember that affair we had on your wedding day when you were marrying my dad? Let's talk about that in the fucking hallway. What? I shouldn't swear so much because I'm trying to put this online, but, like, sorry, I get heated. It's like, it's so irritating. It's so irritating. Okay, so yeah, he's like in the hallway having this conversation. Like, oh, let's talk about that time we like banged right before your wedding. And so now we have this unnecessary, like, Finn is Chase's father, but maybe not because Cyrus did some shit to the test. Like, we don't know. Like, and we don't care. That's the main thing. We don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I don't care. Secret Kids, like, that's a soap staple. Yeah, okay. He'll be calling him daddy in like 2 years. So, like, I don't care. But Finn's miserable. Chase is like dying in a hospital, thinking that Willow's in love with him. So he's miserable because he's dying. And then when he finds out Willow's not in love with him, then he's gonna be miserable again. Like, there's literally no light at the end of this tunnel. No light. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. Like, what are we doing to Chase? Like, what did he do? What has he done besides lie to the Michael fucking Corinthos? Like, I don't understand. Why is he so miserable? Like, nobody likes Harrison Chase. Nobody likes Harrison Chase. Have you seen Harrison Chase without a shirt on? Nobody's trying to push up on Harrison Chase. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Everybody wants Michael Corinthos, but not Harrison Chase. Make that make sense. Because it doesn't make sense. It's confusing. I'm confused. Miserable. Let's go to the Weber Baldwin house. Literally everyone's miserable. Cameron, get this kid some therapy. Like, Elizabeth just now started talking about therapy. Girl, he should have been in therapy a decade ago. Like, you have been through some stuff, which means that he has been through some stuff, and you should get that worked out. I'm not trying to knock Elizabeth's parenting skills. I think she is one of the few good parents on this show. There is not a lot of good parents in Port Charles. Like, parenting is not our strong suit in Port Charles. But, like, Elizabeth's pretty decent. Like, she's been very consistent about taking care of her kids. Like, unlike some people. We'll get to those people. But, like, she's very consistent. Like, I care about my kids. You know, is it always effective? No, of course not. But, you know, she's consistent, right? But Cameron is just, like, all over the place. He's picking up guns. He's, like, you know, don't get me wrong, because, like, anytime people get read in Port Charles, it's great. Like, and Cameron loves reading people, and we love that energy for him. Like, read everyone, honey, because, like, they're not that great. Let them know. But what are we doing with Cameron Weber? Because, like, he was, like, 10 seconds going to jail, and I thought that's what you were going to do. I thought, like, oh, like, what if, you know, William Lipton got in someplace great, and, like, you just wanted him to have, like, a quick exit story, and we'll just have him shoot Jason, and then they'll send him to prison, even though, like, Jason should have went to prison, like, 1,000 times, but, like, he'll go to jail for shooting Jason. Like, okay. But, you know, then they didn't do that, which I'm fine with that. He doesn't need to be shooting people. Like, we don't need, like, every young man in Port Charles doesn't need to, like, murder someone before they turn 18, like, and go to prison. Like, it's fine. It could just be Michael. But miserable. And then his brothers, you know, Jake. I'm glad we got to see Jake. We haven't seen him in forever. I hope the little actor who's playing him is, like, doing great things, and that's why. But, Jake, miserable. Stab's on the run. He's shot. His brother is, like, telling him he's a murderer. Like, miserable. And then Aiden, we don't see him, but, like, Franco was his little buddy. That was his buddy. So, like, obviously he's not doing great. And his dad never talks to him because he's off having some weird African-Irish adventure. I don't know where Lucky is. Like, I don't know where Lucky is. Just destroyed that character because they felt like it. Just felt like it. Just like, yeah, we're just going to make Lucky a deadbeat dad. And the whole character was to be a good dad. But we're just going to make him a deadbeat. We're going to make him a deadbeat. That's what's hot. Miserable. And so, their mother, Elizabeth, I have a very tenuous history with Elizabeth. I used to hate Elizabeth. I was a J-Sam fan, and, like, 2007, it was rough. It was a rough year for us J-Sam fans. Y'all know, the 15 flights of stairs. But, you know, I can see it now with some perspective, and, like, you know, a lot of parties were at fault. But Miss Elizabeth Weber, miserable. Or is it Baldwin? I think she changed her name to Baldwin. I'll respect her. Elizabeth Baldwin. Miserable. Just miserable. And we don't get to see her misery. Her misery is like in the corner. It's like asking Finn how he's doing. How are you doing, Finn? I mean, like, you can be with your love anytime as long as you stop having this temper tantrum. But how are you doing? How are you doing? My husband's dead. That's how I'm doing. But, like, you're who matters. You. It's ridiculous.